Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on this paper called Theory of Everything, Dark Matter, Manifestation Body, and Morphogenetic Template.
Ooh.
It's by this physicist, Mohsen Paul Sarfarazi.
Okay.
And we're going to be exploring some pretty wild concepts.
Sounds fun.
Quantum mechanics, dark matter, even like the nature of our existence, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we'll be throwing around this term dark matter a lot, but spoiler alert, it's not actually dark.
Really?
Yeah. Intrigued?
Definitely.
Okay.
So, Dr. Sarfarazi kind of kicks things off with a pretty bold statement.
Okay.
He says everything in existence is energy, and it all comes from like this single source that he calls the God source.
Hold on. The God source.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
You can think of it kind of like a wellspring of pure consciousness.
Okay.
And it's constantly vibrating and like it's not just sitting there.
Right.
It's dynamic, pulsing with this energy that ripples out to form, well, everything.
So if everything comes from this single source of consciousness, does that mean that we're all, like, connected somehow?
That's exactly what Dr. Sarfarazi is getting at.
Wow.
And think about like what that means.
Yeah.
It changes how we view our relationships, our purpose, even our connection to the planet.
Whoa. Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going.
Yeah.
But how does this God source connect to dark matter?
Well, Sarfarazi says the cosmos is made up of 356 dimensions.
Okay, 356 dimensions.
Yeah. That's a lot. Can you break that down for me? It's like, what does that even mean?
So imagine each dimension as having like a different level of consciousness.
Right.
And the closer you get to the God source, the higher the frequency of energy and consciousness. Things are less congealed, I guess you could say, less material.
So the further you get from the God source, the more that energy slows down and it clumps together and ultimately like forms physical matter.
Exactly.
Like us.
Yeah, we exist in a dimension where energy has slowed down and condensed into matter.
Right. But here's the thing. That matter is still built from the original consciousness energy from the God source.
Okay, I think I'm following so far.
Okay.
But let's talk about this dark matter.
Sure.
Why is it called dark if it's all about energy and light?
That's one of the things Dr. Sarfarazi kind of pushes back on.
Okay.
He says it's not actually dark. It's just vibrating at a frequency that, we can't perceive with our senses.
Oh, okay.
It's more like, stealth matter, invisible to us, but definitely not empty of light.
So it's kind of like trying to see a dog whistle.
Yeah.
We can't see the sound waves, but the dog can hear them, right?
Perfect analogy.
Okay.
And just like those sound waves carry information, so does dark matter.
Interesting.
It's like teeming with energy and information that shapes our reality in ways we're only beginning to understand.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Sarfarazi says we each have a dark matter body.
Okay.
Wait, a dark matter body? What is that?
He calls it the Rasha body. And it's like the link between your eternal spirit and your physical body. A blueprint guiding the formation of your physical form, your light body, even your DNA.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing.
So we each have like this invisible template.
Exactly.
Made of dark matter that's shaping our physical selves.
Yeah. It's kind of a mind-blowing concept.
It really is.
But when you think about it, it starts to make sense.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the connections here.
And this is just the beginning.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah. We're just scratching the surface.
Okay, well, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
All right. So let's dive a little deeper into this idea of the dark matter body.
Okay.
And how it might actually be driving our evolution as a species. And here's where it gets even more fascinating.
Okay.
Sarfarazi suggests that changes in the dark matter body are like genetic mutations for humanity, driving our evolution.
So you're saying that our dark matter bodies are like constantly evolving and that evolution is somehow influencing the physical evolution of humanity?
Yeah, it is a pretty radical idea.
It is.
And it ties into that idea of personal development and transformation that you were talking about earlier. Sarfarazi says that by understanding this connection between our dark matter body and our physical body, we can potentially influence our own evolution.
Okay. My mind is officially blown.
Right.
But we've been talking about this God source and how its energy condenses into matter. How does that actually work? What's like the mechanism?
That's where the quantum field comes in.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about space-time being organized in a specific way?
Yeah, you said the quantum field acts like an architect shaping the fabric of reality.
Exactly. And this organization of space-time influences timelines.
Okay.
Those 356 dimensions we talked about, they're not just like stacked neatly.
Right.
They intersect and interact in these complex ways, creating a multitude of potential timelines.
So every decision we make, every action we take could be splitting off into like a different timeline.
You got it.
I'm getting some serious Back to the Future vibes here.
Think of it more like Quantum to the Future.
Okay.
But here's where Sarfarazi takes it even further.
On.
He introduces this concept of the 12D grid, also known as the Tree of Life.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically Earth's morphogenetic field, a blueprint for how energy manifests into matter on our planet.
And
the mind-blowing part is, we're all connected to it.
So it's not just this invisible quantum field shaping our reality.
Nope.
We're actually part of it, influencing it with our own energy and consciousness.
Precisely. It's a two-way street.
Wow.
And this leads us to one of Sarfarazi's most intriguing ideas. Holographic geography.
What's that?
Imagine a system of portals and stargates, linking Earth to the rest of the cosmos.
Hold on, are we talking about actual physical stargates?
Oh.
Like, could we step through one of these portals and end up on another planet?
Sarfarazi doesn't get into specifics.
Okay.
But he suggests that these portals are like energetic pathways connecting different points in space-time.
So maybe not physical portals like in the movies?
Right.
But energetic connections nonetheless.
Exactly.
I like it.
Think about those ancient megalithic structures like Stonehenge or the pyramids.
Yeah.
What if they were built on powerful energetic nodes, remnants of this holographic geography?
You know, I've always been fascinated by those ancient sites.
Me too.
I visited Stonehenge once.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly powerful.
I bet.
I can definitely see how they could be connected to something, like, bigger than ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But how does all of this tie back to dark matter?
Remember those different frequencies of dark matter we talked about?
Yeah.
They create different types of matter and subtle forces which shape our reality in ways we're only beginning to understand.
Okay.
And this brings us to the idea of how these subtle forces might be influencing us.
Like how?
Have you ever felt your energy shift during a geomagnetic storm or a solar flare?
Actually, yes. I definitely feel more on edge during those times.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that what Sarfarazi is talking about?
Sure. Absolutely. Those events are essentially massive magnetic discharges.
Okay.
That impact Earth's dark matter body and, by extension, our own.
So it's not just our physical bodies being affected by these cosmic events, but our dark matter bodies and maybe even our consciousness as well.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it makes you wonder, what other subtle energies are we interacting with? Both consciously and unconsciously.
Okay, now my mind is really blown.
I know, right?
And this all ties back to that initial idea that everything is energy, originating from that single source of consciousness.
It all comes full circle.
It's amazing.
And that's what makes this exploration of dark matter so fascinating.
It really is.
It challenges our conventional understanding of reality and opens up a whole new realm of possibilities.
Absolutely.
But we're only scratching the surface.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah, there's still so much we don't know.
Well, on that note, we've covered consciousness, dimensions, timelines, even stargates. But there are a few cosmic heavy hitters we haven't touched on yet.
Like what?
What about things like gravity, black holes, wormholes?
Ooh, good ones.
Stay tuned for part 3, where we tackle these big questions and explore what they might reveal about the universe and our place within it. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into dark matter, and we've explored some pretty wild concepts, you know?
Yeah.
Consciousness, dimensions, even the idea of stargates.
It's been a journey.
It has, but now,
Yeah.
let's turn our attention to a few cosmic heavy hitters.
Okay.
Gravity, black holes, and those hypothetical tunnels through space-time, wormhole.
The big ones.
Yeah, these are like the mysteries that have captivated scientists and sci-fi fans for decades.
For sure.
And I bet Dr. Sarfarazi has some interesting perspectives on these.
He does, yeah.
So let's start with gravity.
Okay.
You know, it's what keeps our feet on the ground and the planets in orbit, but what is it really?
Well, Sarfarazi suggests that gravity, it isn't a force, like in the traditional sense.
Uh-huh.
Instead, he describes it as a distortion of space-time.
Okay.
So imagine a bowling ball, like on a trampoline.
Yeah.
It creates a dip, a curvature.
Right.
And that's what pulls objects towards it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about black holes?
Ooh.
They're often depicted as like these terrifying cosmic monsters.
Yeah.
Devouring everything in their path. Is that accurate?
Not really.
Okay.
Sarfarazi sees black holes not as like cosmic vacuum cleaners,
Yeah.
but as potential entry and exit points to other universes.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Are you saying that black holes could be like cosmic doorways?
It is a pretty mind-bending idea, but yeah, that's what he's suggesting.
Wow.
Remember how we talked about white holes being the opposite of black holes?
Mm-hmm.
Sarfarazi says that they might actually work together.
Okay.
A black hole pulls matter in, and then a white hole spews it out into another universe.
Another reality.
Exactly.
Okay, now that's just wild.
I know, right?
So how do wormholes fit into all of this?
Well, if black holes and white holes are connected, a wormhole could be like the bridge between them.
Ooh.
It would be like a shortcut through space-time, a tunnel connecting different points in the cosmos.
So like those UFOs we see performing these seemingly impossible maneuvers, defying gravity,
Yeah.
could they be using technology from another universe, traveling through wormholes?
It's a fascinating possibility.
It is.
And it highlights how much we still don't know about the universe.
And its workings.
Exactly.
Well, listeners, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into dark matter.
Wow.
We've journeyed from like the very source of consciousness to the furthest reaches of the cosmos.
It's been quite the trip.
It has. We've explored how dark matter shapes our reality and how it might even hold the key to unlocking our own evolution.
You know, what's truly amazing is that all of these concepts, from the God source to wormholes, they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
They're part of a larger tapestry that we're only beginning to understand.
And as Dr. Sarfarazi's work shows, the more we learn, the more we realize how much more there is to discover.
That's the beauty of it.
It is.
There's always another layer to uncover, another mystery to unravel.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that cosmic curiosity alive.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We'll see you on our next deep dive.